And so, on that note, we are going to switch over into the league finals and talk about all those matches as Matt or Aeon was able to cast a few of those matches, and we'll see how that side of the bracket really shaped out to be.
And before the league and bracket started, I had New Blood going kind of far and just taking out a lot of players and a lot of teams. But Realistic, like I said, was a team to watch out for as they did beat New Blood. But they come against the Saint Angels squad, a really strong amateur squad Saint Angels is. So they went up against them, a really tough match, get 3-0'd. And St. Angels go up against Aerialistic again, but Aerialistic now have to fight for their life and get back up, and then they get 3-0 by St. Angels twice. So I guess Aerialistic needs a little bit more work on some slaying power, some communication, because they are a good team. They can definitely beat St. Angels, or at least make it like a game 5. But I guess they just didn't come out with as much talent as they have, and just got swept off their feet 2 times in a row.
Yeah, no, I agree with that completely. Is obviously Saints and Angels just dominated this entire bracket. I mean, they only dropped one map the entire time until they ran into Project Evil, in which they ultimately lost to, and like we said, Game 5, Round 11 to a team that took, what was it, top 8 in the 2K earlier that day? I mean, just incredible. We can definitely look to see Saints and Angels in our upcoming tournament, May 12th and 13th, and potentially taking that one with how they played this weekend.
Because they are a pretty good amateur team. Go ahead.
So here are your league top 10 KDs. So, I mean, right here, you see Jumpy, which was one of the players that Jeff was talking about, the owner of Project Evil. He was talking about him absolutely playing amazing on that side of the bracket with a 1.95 KD. He almost had a 2 KD. That's insane. Wow.
That's a hard one to hold throughout. Like, as much as he's played coming into this one, that's a pretty hard one to hold.
I mean, and not only that, and then we have Cure for You with a 1.7. It's like both these guys were just monsters.
Yeah.
I mean, how can you have a 1.95 and a 1.7 KD when you're going up against teams that are actually good? Like, it's not like Warriors Esports is bad, or Aerialistic, or New Blood. I mean, they're all good teams.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is time. We have an interview with Jumpy from, of course, your Season 3 champion, Saints Angels. So, first and foremost, congratulations. It was really fun watching you guys play, especially that uplink. You guys really ran a storm throughout that one. So, how proud are you of this team after achieving this championship?
I mean, it was definitely a great time playing throughout the league, and throughout the league we kind of switched in and out of who we were playing with. We constantly had different subs and whatnot, but we finally had a set roster going into the playoffs, and it was really good to steamroll through everyone and just get it done.
So, from what I know, you guys went 6-1 in the regular season, with your only loss being to New Blood. If I know that correctly, how did it feel to find out that they were taken out and sent to the losers bracket in round 2 of the playoffs?
It was definitely interesting. I thought they were going to put up a bigger fight, seeing that they were the only team that beat us. But when we played them, that was the first match of the league, and we had me and Snoopy had a different 2 players. So with the 2 new players that we picked up, we were pretty confident that if we matched up against them, that we'd still take the win. But it was definitely interesting to see them get knocked out that early for sure.
So, how does it feel? Like, let us into sort of the communication and everything on your team. Do you guys have sort of a normal, frantic, fast-paced styles we're used to hearing from teams in Call of Duty? Or do you guys have more of a general sort of relaxed style akin to the likes of, like, E-United?
I would say during this, it's more so relaxed. I would say that I'm usually the main voice of our team. I'm usually kind of coaching everyone around, and obviously, Jumpy and Livid are out there slaying everything. They dropped 30 on that throwback. So I usually just try to keep everything calm, make sure everyone knows like what they're supposed to do, and everyone just does what they need to do. Me and Snoopy usually handle the communication for the most part, and then the other 2 just slay out.
How long have you guys been teaming together as well?
Me and Snoopy have been going to school together since 1st grade, so we definitely we've known each other for a very long time. We've been teaming since the beginning of IW, And I've teamed with Humpy and Livid in Black Ops 3, and we just started teaming again about a month or two ago.
Okay, so during that time, has there been any sort of problems or any game modes or anything you guys have prioritized and sort of put in the forefront of wanting to improve on, or has it just been, okay, we need to get better across the board?
I would say that hard point uplink are definitely our respawns are definitely our strong suit. So S&D is usually our weaker game mode, but we came out hot this tournament, and I think we only dropped one S&D the whole entire time, and we didn't drop a single hard point I think throughout the whole league and playoffs. So I'd say our main thing was focusing on S&D, but the finals we got a 6-0, so that was really nice to see.
And speaking of search and destroy, all right, I gotta get your opinions on this. What do you think of breakout search and destroy now that it's in the rotation? You've been able to play it a little bit. You give it the thumbs up early on, or are you still sort of on the fence, or you kind of want Scorch back?
In my opinion, I like Breakout more than Scorch. I'm not saying Breakout's like an amazing map, but I prefer Breakout over Scorch because with the new snaking mechanic,
Yeah.
Scorch is a little hectic of a map because there's so many head glitches to snake on that map. So playing Scorch, you literally don't even get to see anyone, it feels like, throughout the whole map because their little head is just poking up and down the whole time. So preferably, I like Breakout a little bit more. It's a little weird with a low wall run over at A, but other than that, I like the way it plays.
Sounds good, and I really do want to see how teams really start to play it. I know, looking at you guys, it was a bit crazy at sometimes, and I mean that in sort of a good way, right? Sort of just being able to keep up with all of the action. But you have a show match coming up next against Team Project Evil, who I believe are top 8 right now in the 2K series. What are your thoughts, and how's the team feel going into that?
I mean, I feel pretty confident. Project Evil is definitely a really good team. It's going to come down to taking the maps that we host and hopefully upsetting them in an S&D, and then I'm sure that we could come out on top. And yeah, I mean, they're a solid team, so we can't take them lightly, but I think if we play our best, that we should be able to take them down.
And I'm going to give you the age-old question to round things out. If you had to pick 3 players outside of your current team, just dream players to team with throughout Call of Duty, who would you pick?
Wow. Let's see here. I mean, the person that I always watch constantly to try to improve myself is Formal.
Mm-hmm.
So I've definitely picked him. I think Clayster, just because of his hype, that's fun to watch and just be around. Like, someone with that much energy definitely fuels the whole team.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a good thing to do. And Snoopy, honestly, I love this kid. I've been with him since first grade. I've been wanting a team with him since Black Ops 2. And finally, after high school, I finally stopped playing sports. So I started to focus on COD a little more. And then he finally gave me the thumbs up that we were going to be a team of 2 throughout the IW. And it's been great so far.
Sounds good, and it's definitely showing in the results. Thank you for being here and consenting to this interview. It's absolutely great to hear some of the things that's going on in your mind and with the team as well. And once again, congratulations on your championship, and best of luck after this towards Saints and Angels. Everyone, if you do want to go and give this man a follow, of course, at Jumpy_AC on Twitter. Am I right on that one?
Yep, that was it.
All right, there we go. And of course, I'm at Paradox Caster. Everyone, thanks for being in the chat. Stick around. We do have that show match coming up for you right after this.